Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this new series of Hearts of Iron 4. Having just finished the Polish series, I'm literally just going from one to the other. During that, we were kind of talking about we should probably play an allied UK, because I would like to see if we can keep America in the war, primarily by killing the German submarines. So we're going to be playing as the UK. We're going to be doing another relatively heavy naval game, but I also want to play as the faction leader to see if we can like bolster Poland and actually do our own Lend-Lease and stuff like that. We're going to play on veteran. We could tweak some of these rules. I'm wondering, are there any like specific ones that we want to do? I'm thinking in particular AI behavior. Or do we just want this to be another historical game? I kind of do like the historical ones, I must admit. I think in the future I'm going to do a completely balmy bonkers one. But right now I think we're just going to go straight down, so just normal. No, I'm going to buff up these countries just a little. Just the fascist ones. Does Japan need it? I actually really liked the balance between Japan and China in that previous game. Yeah, we'll still buff them. Just a little. So we'll do that, and we're going to start. Let's do this. So, in Man the Guns, the UK did get a focus tree overhaul. And I must admit, I haven't watched any of the dev diaries about this, so I have no idea what's actually changed. In fact, I didn't even read the intro. I'm sorry about that. London Naval Treaty Signatories, so the carrier max cost 9,500, cruiser max cost 5,300, and the heavy ship max cost 10,000. So we are limited in what ships we can build, unlike with the Netherlands where we could do whatever we liked. British Stoicism, ideology drift defence plus 50%, so it's very difficult to make us not democratic. The war to end all wars, we have a recruitable population factor of minus 25%, so manpower could be an issue. And we have got King George V in charge, which is why our stability right now is so very high, but it is probably going to change. Go monarchist UK. As opposed to what? Because the UK is a monarchy. Volunteer only, export focused civilian economy, so we will want to change that civilian economy as soon as possible. So let's take a look at the focus. So we've got the cryptographic bomb, the Tizard mission, Mord committee, that is nuclear attack, that's buddying up to the US, and that is decryption, encryption. 3 of them. Wow, nice. Air defense, anti-air in East Anglia, Sussex and Cornwall, radar, shadow scheme. Grants 4 build slots and 4 factories in a total of 2 states when entering a defensive war. Gains the national spirit, wartime, industry, which grants civilian to military factory conversion minus 50%. So we can convertify our factories very quickly. Industrial effort, research bonus, extra research slot, Royal Ordnance factories. These are very strong. Gain 6 factories for 1 focus. That's really good. And then the Birmingham Small Arms Company. Production cost. Cool. Limited rearmament gets us civilian factories, which is going to be nice. Research. General rearmament gives us consumer goods. British austerity. That must be a Tory party. Oh, it's a non-aligned UK. As opposed to democratic. Bolshevik UK under a time-travelling Jeremy Corbyn, obviously. What other option is there? Well, there's the option of no. I'm going to stay democratic, because I want to do the democratic thing. In kind of the similar thing where I was the Navy for the Axis as the Dutch, I'm going to be the Navy for the Allies as the Brits. But I'm going to try and play this as like the manipulative one. I'm tugging on all the strings. Kind of like Britain, historically, in fact. Air rearmament, air bases, research bonuses for bombers, fighters. Fighter production cost minus 10, so we're going to want that aircraft production group at some point. The SAS, Special Air Service, Special Forces capacity plus 5, Special Forces division training time minus 10. And we get David Sterling, who was a bit of a boss. A commando genius, yes he was. Special Forces attack, Special Forces defense. Interesting. Naval dockyards, amphibious warfare, marine tech. Chief of Staff, planning speed, maximum command increase, daily command power multiplier, and also some experience. Destroyer focuses. Here we go. Convoy escort focus. Light hull production, that's destroyers, and trade convoys. Anti-submarine training. Destroyer training experience gain plus 10%. Destroyer combat expertise plus 10%. So we're definitely going to be working with some destroyers here, because we're going to have to. Battleships, carriers, expand the repair yards. More dockyards. Refitting. Oh, refitting speed. That's an interesting one. And ship repair speed. That's really strong. I wish the Dutch had that. Vanguard. Create a new variant of the Vanguard. Lanark creates the HMS Vanguard, so you get a free ship. Free battleship. And then we have got service overseas. Secure Imperial shipping routes. Cruiser construction speed. Interesting. Encourage colonial elite. Research speed plus 5%. Land fort construction, coastal fort construction, fortifications. No. Dockyards and civilian factories in Hong Kong and Singapore. Burma Road. This is another useful one. Gain more support. Sanction Japan. Trade relations with Japan goes down. Singapore strategy. Fortify Singapore. And also Malaya becomes more positive relations. Now, we are going to have to balance a lot of puppets. That's true. Unfortunately, this focus tree is enormous. Otherwise, we could just take the suppressed subjects focus. Kilo Fappa, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Jeremy Corbyn's already time-travelled from the 60s to get where he is today. Yeah, it's called growing older, Dana. Sounds cool until this stupid AI steps in and ruins all the plans. Well, we shall see what happens. Britannia rules the waves and she likes not competitors on the continent. If Lend-Lease is horribly broken, is that the entire Allied game up the creek without paddle? Yeah, basically. Which is why I need to keep the Atlantic and probably later the Pacific open so that the Americans can train their own damn armies and use them instead of just letting other people fight their wars for them. So basically I'm going to have the Americans fighting my war for me. Develop the Raj, which we definitely want to do. And then we have the Indian independence versus Indian autonomy. British Raj becomes free versus Delhi autonomy, progress gain almost done. 0.5 for 330 days without autonomy. British Raj will not accept any proposals for Imperial Federation. I see. See, I don't understand what the difference between these two is. Like, why would you want to give the British Raj freedom? Because you kind of rely on Indian manpower, so you can't do that as much as you used to. Oh, that's the thing I really hope they've changed. So India has a focus, or a spirit. That one. The agrarian society. It goes away if anyone else takes control of the British Raj. So if the British Empire controls the British Raj, they have that huge recruitable population factor penalty. If Japan takes over it, they don't have that anymore and they can recruit everything. And I think that should really be like a provincial modifier rather than a national modifier. But that's been one of my issues for a while with this. Okay, where were we? Indian independence, here we are. Development in Australia. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of development. Actually, building up Australia is probably a good idea, because then they'll be fighting against the Japanese. Same with New Zealand. Building up Canada is just basically pretty much entirely secure factories. Hold the Imperial Conference. This is new. Ensure you have the political power saved up to make use of these. Without autonomy, the British Raj will not accept any proposals for the Imperial Federation. Then the Imperial Federation, the UK will be known as the Commonwealth of Nations. Every unit leader joins the UK. The UK annexes Canada, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and Malaya. And I guess possibly India. Interesting. Mediterranean Bastion. Coerce Spain or fortify the Rock. Oh, you could actually try and force Spain to become democratic. And everyone else dislikes Spain. Can I send volunteers from the start? Do I still have that isolationist? I don't. Oh, the Isolated Kaiserreich thing. It's not a vanilla thing. Maybe I want to send volunteers to Republican Spain. Just noticed, why does the stream name still say preview? Because it was a preview when I started. Although I should probably change that name, seeing as we are now doing the UC. Shipyard of Democracy. UK, the Shipyard of Democracy. I quite like that name. Well, it was a preview for 4 minutes of the stream. Hey, that counts! Alright, so where were we? Mediterranean Bastion, Spain, coerce Turkey, coerce Greece, Balkan strategy, fortify Malta. I mean, part of the reason I'm doing this is just to give myself an idea of where all the different focuses and things are, so I have an idea of what's possible. Guide the colonies. All of my colonies gain stability. National focus guided by Britain. Political advisor cost, economy laws cost, trade cost, conscription laws cost. Wow, that's really good. Oh, I see, it's a choice. So reinforce the empire or revisit colonial policy. So reinforce the empire is basically building up the empire, and my goodness, that's going to lead to a lot of different things. All of this requires reinforce the empire. Oh, nope, so does that one. Everything up to here is reinforce the empire. Then revisit colonial policy is this little bit. Dominion of Canada as a subject. Political power plus 100 manpower. Towards Dominion independence. Withdraw from contested territories. Yemen, China, Canada, Argentina, Ireland, Spain. Foundations of an Indian state. British Raj, stability. That really good national focus. That is a really good national focus. Self-government for the Mediterranean. Release Malta. Malta becomes a puppet. Release Cyprus. Cyprus becomes a puppet. Palestine, Jordan, Egypt, Kuwait, Qatar, Emirates all become puppets. Belize, Jamaica, Antilles, Guyana, Christmas Islands, Cocos Island. Oh no, Australia takes those. You get a bunch of manpower each time you do this. Sudan. Oh, all of the independent African nations become puppets. So this is basically vassal swarm. It sounds like a nightmare to me. I hate vassal swarm. British Raj, guided by Britain, gains autonomy progress. British Raj becomes a puppet of the UK. Lithgow dies. Decolonisation. If decolonisation has not been achieved within 2 years of becoming a communist, a civil war will start. Oh, okay, so that's basically what to do if you want to go commie. Gotcha. So this is the communist path, this is the everyone else path, basically. I mean, you can do that as the Democrats, but I don't really see the reason to do that. Because we're not going communist, we're not Jeremy Corbyn. Steady as she goes versus a change of course. So Steady She Goes is the allied system. Global defense. Every man will do his duty. That's a big stability reduction. Oh, but you lose the war to end all wars, so it means he can recruit more. Motion of no confidence, that will get rid of Chamberlain. Crikey, these are some hefty stability losses. No further appeasement. Kickstart war industry, secure the oil imports. Conquer focus goal against the Netherlands. Maintaining imperial integrity, research bonus for doctrine. Autonomy progress for all of the puppets, okay. So that keeps them loyal. Versus balance of power. Gives war goals against most major European nations that have caused more than 10 world tension. Against the Naval Treaties. Unlocks enforced Naval Treaties decisions. These can be used to demand that countries who have too many capital ships compared to us reduce their numbers of capital ships and give us a puppet war goal if they refuse, okay. Oh no, that's a choice. Global defense versus home defense. So this is international. Scandinavian Intervention, prepare for the inevitable. Factory output, military factory construction speed, Benelux intervention. So this is the historical path. Or is it? No, this is the historical path. This is ahistorical. There's a lot of either-or choices here. Gas masks, war support, stability, war to end all wars. Wait, that's another way to remove war to end all wars, so you don't have to do every man will do his duty. Except that no further appeasement requires both. Oh, and you can't send volunteers until you have that. Oh, no, wait. These are... Yeah, okay. You have to have home defense to get that one. Right, okay. Duh. Embargo Germany. War with Germany. Home defense is the historical. But no further appeasement, motion and no confidence. Both of those happened. Oh, no, that's Churchill's motion and no confidence. No, that is Chamberlain. Never mind. That's bring in Churchill. Oh, and home defense allows... Hang on. Does home defense allow you to go for this? One of the following. No further appeasement. Or secure Iran. Requires no further appeasement. No further appeasement, no further appeasement. So you can go down this line, but not these ones. There's a lot going on here. Alright, change of course. So we have the King's Party. Edward must be allied to... Oh, sorry, allied. Must be married to Wallis Simpson. Yes, marriage is simply an alliance between partners. Okay. National Spirit, the King's Party, which grants political power, generate war goal, tension limit, lend-lease limit, force, send volunteer limit, ideology drift defense, daily support for unaligned will be called the King's Party, non-aligned will become in charge, Edward becomes king. The inexperienced Imperialist, +5 stability, justify war goal time, but you lose a bunch of political power. And Winston Churchill becomes a political advisor. The Royalist Bulldog. War support +10%, daily support for unaligned. Or you can have Mosley, or you can have Lloyd George. Old Figurehead, which is political power, which will allow you to counteract some of the political power gain, loss. Or you can have Mosley, which is consumer goods, factories, and stability. Continental commitments, remove war to end all wars. Base war support. Isolate Mediterranean threat. Alliance with Germany, non-interference treaty with Germany. So you're not really going with Germany, but you're not going with the Democrats either. This is more anti-Soviet. Non-core manpower +10%. That plus the Imperial Federation would be very strong. Thanks, Kilovapper. I did know that one. Maybe neither is historical. It definitely seems to be like treading a line between historical and global. I tried to launch the game, but I only get the black flag. Help. I would ask Paradox about that one. Sorry, buddy. God save the king! Which is part of King's party? Yes, it is. Stability goes up, war support goes up. Sail on operating base, appeal to Imperial loyalists. Allows pro-British civil wars in former dominions. Oh, I guess that's another path to... Yeah, this is another path to annex. Ally the Imperialist Uprising decisions. Ireland, gain claim on Leinster, gain claim on Connacht, Munster, annex war goal on Ireland. Unite the Anglosphere, gains annex war goal against the United States. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to do an Imperialist game at some point. I don't think it's going to be this one, but that is kind of cool. The sun never sets. Max speed of your entire navy goes up. These bonuses will be applied to any newly researched ship types, so you have to get that before you've researched everything. And this path is available for the monarchists and the black shirts. Then we have the fascist Britain. Stability based war support. Secure the dominions. Mosley Manifesto change trade law to limited tax. Limited exports. Mosley Memorandum. Infrastructure construction. I mean, that's always positive. Broke French relations. United Kingdom requests an alliance with Italy. Opinion of United Kingdom minus 75 from Germany. Because the British go fascist. What? Surely that would be a way of allying with Germany. Gibraltar for Spanish support. Preempt Spanish alignment. Prevent continental hegemony. Gain war goal against Germany. So I guess even as the British fascists, you go to war with Germany just to stop them uniting everything against you. Concession to the trade unions. This is the communist path. Unlocks concession to the trade union decisions. Unlocks trade union support decisions. Fate of the royal family decision. Eliminate the upper class for the good of the revolution. Removes war to end all wars, gives you consumer goods. British Communist Alternative, base stability. You leave the Allies, follow Moscow. You gain, or you join the Soviets. Soviet-British alliance. Enforce decolonization. Oh, this is forcing it from other people. France, Belgium, Netherlands, and 5 others. Interesting. Reach out across the channel. Only if France, Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg are communist. So definitely not a path to do in historical focuses, which we are. In a random game, though, that could be interesting. Spirit of the Industrial Revolution, factory output plus 10, dockyard output plus 10. I mean, output's always good. Tackle fascism, German Reich defense. Oh, defense against Germany and Italy plus 10. Liberate the home of Marx. Puppet focus against Germany. Just because it was the home of Marx. Okay. And then crush the dream. Puppet war goal against the US. Has Man the Guns officially released? Yes, it has. Hey, Love and Cake Gaming. How are you doing? I guess you're trying to displace Germany as the fascist leader. Yeah, it kind of sounds that way. Fascist Brits are more Italian and are about crushing all threats to British power, which Germany certainly would be. But as I said, we are going to go the Allied Democratic route this time, because I want to see how we do against the German U-boats. So, I'm just wondering, is there anything else that I could have done? I'm wondering if I should have made the Netherlands join Germany, for example. Nah. Production. Construction. Mechanical computing. And then probably something naval. We don't have the 36 heavy hull? Really? We should probably get that then. Civilian factories. Okay, so let us build up. Although I should also... this is going to take a while. Limited rearmament. That's not infrastructure. That's not. There doesn't seem to be a lot of infrastructure bonus. In fact, I'm not seeing any. That's all Imperial. Steady she goes. Home defense. Any infrastructure here? No. Okay, so we can build infrastructure without any real issues. So let's build it up wherever it's already high. And then let's get civilian factories in those places once the infrastructure is done. And then the military factories. I'm not going to bother building any of the old aeroplanes because they suck. I'm not even going to bother building tanks, I don't think. Support equipment we can do. Support equipment's always useful. Can we do motorized? We can indeed do motorized. Let's get some of those. That's a lot of ships. Yeah. Let's get 2 of those going, 4 of those, 2 of those, and then the rest in guns. And then the dockyards. So we're going to have a lot of different classes of ships, aren't we? Yeah, we are. So we can get rid of the early hulls, as long as we have a more modern one. We're still using early heavy hulls, but I'm wondering if the Nelson or the Admiral are actually more modern. No, we can't actually build. Haha! Nelson class ships we can't actually build any more of because they're over the treaty limit size. Do we only have early submarines? I would assume so. Yeah, the British didn't really do subs. A lot of them anyway. Then we've got the EFG-H class destroyers, and we are building a bucket load of them. And then the Leander class. Sorry, this is where I have to kind of work out what classes are worth building, which ones I should just abandon. You guys are all early class cruisers, and we can get better ones, so we're going to get rid of those. And then we just need to do a comparison between you. So you've got a 1-1 nothing. You've got a 1-1-1, so you're rubbish. Do we have up-to-date destroy attack? Yes, we do. We just don't have any models for it. No designs. Oh yes, we do. That is. Right, because I got rid of the early destroyer already. So the EFG-H class destroyer is the best destroyer that we're going to get. We probably do want to build a fair number of those. So the destroyers are fine. The Leander class cruisers seem fine. Fast. Good AA. Decent guns. Float planes. What's that? Oh, torpedoes on a cruiser. Alright, for now. Then we have the Admiral class battleship, which is definitely a tank. Okay. Alright, are we building any old ships? No, these are all modern. Sweet. Oh, I see what they've done. They've just assigned these because they all have the different build dates. Well, in that case, let's finish the ones that are almost done first. And then we'll work on the others after that.